Tristan Thomas with one of the mainstays of North Dakota and Minot area sports for a long time now, really since the mid-'70s. Gary Walhaug, coach, first, I mean, you just coached your 2000th career game earlier this year throughout from Minot State and Surrey and now at Minot High. I mean, what was that moment like, and what was it like to have some former coaches former coaches with you and former players and kind of recognize you for that?
I was kind of a little surprised because I kind of tried to keep it quiet, and Coach Schwartz got a hold of it from my daughter, and then it was all over. Then everybody knew. So it was a big surprise, and it's fun to see a lot of my ex-players, especially from Minot State and Surrey, and Coach Green always does something special. So her T-shirts took over.
Yeah, the GOAT T-shirts. Yeah. Those are really nice. And also, I mean, you've been a few different roles. Minot State, Surrey. I mean, what is your? I imagine that was kind of a full circle moment where you kind of look back on your career and all you've been able to do as a coach. What was that moment like, and how do you kind of look back on things over the years?
Well, I always remember Tolly Tigers because that's where I got my start, and I remember the first couple of years I've had 6 or 7 players because we only had 13 in high school, so it was a starting point. And then I thought about getting out of coaching, and then Surrey, I interviewed in the summer, and then all of a sudden, now 43 years later, I'm still there. So.
Yeah, exactly. And I know you've spent different stints in right now in Minot State as an assistant coach. How would you kind of describe your role as an assistant coach, and what are the various ways that you kind of help the team in that spot?
One of the main things I did when I was at college was doing all the scouting for all the teams, and so I kind of do that here at Minot High too. I watch a lot of film and kind of know what other teams are doing, and I give that to Coach Schwartz, and sometimes I might give him a little bit too much information, but it's better than not enough. So. Yeah,
exactly. And being able to coach here at Minot High for, I know, a few years now. What is this group like? I mean, I know this team just put up 119 points. Where does this team kind of rank talent-wise, and what's it like to see some of these young girls just showing out?
Oh, the talent is amazing, really. I mean, Lily and Maggie have led the way, and now the others are just kind of following their footsteps, and they're not afraid to play anymore. I mean, when you got leaders like Maggie and Lily, they just fall in place and away they go.
Yeah, and how do you kind of describe just your overall coaching philosophy, and what do you try to bring each day to whichever team you're part of in coaching?
All my coaching career, I've kind of emphasized being positive. I think players respond to that better than getting down on them or whatever, and so I really kind of encourage players to be their best and forget about mistakes, and I'd rather have them make mistakes playing hard than making mistakes trying to be conservative. So.
Yeah, in 2,000 career games, do you have any favorite moments that you kind of can spotlight over those years and some of the bright spots of that time?
Oh, I think the main ones were at Surrey. We went to the state tournament 2 or 3 times, and then, of course, at Minot High, we started out. When I started with Jason, we could hardly win 5, 6 games in a year, and all of a sudden, now we take off, and now we're competitive in every game that we play. So it's fun to see the kids do well, and when I see that smile on their face, that makes me happy too.
Yeah, and what all has gone into over the years building up this Minot High program to the state champion level and really competitive in the WDA and AA.
Well, I think the opportunities kids have nowadays that they haven't had in the past, where they don't just play during the season, they play all summer long, and so when they come to the season, they're ready to go, and as long as we keep them healthy and get them to play hard, I think that's all you have to do, because the talent is there.
Yeah, and are you planning on coaching for the foreseeable future? I mean, what do you see your future in coaching looking like?
Well, I've been coaching 3 seasons a year. I coach cross country and track out at Surrey too, and I got to start quitting something pretty soon. I'm 75 years old, so. Yeah. But I'd like to see at least the sophomores through anyway, and then I got to start watching my grandkids.
Yeah, for sure. A lot to look forward to in sports. I'm sure you'll be around sports in one form or another.
One form or another, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. So, all righty. Appreciate your time, and thank you for joining me.
All right. Thank you.